All right. So I was a little confused at first, as far as like the air dates for part two, because we kind of went from every Sunday. It would here, like in the States, it would be available, and so now it's a little earlier in the week, and I totally like didn't know it was going to be on that Friday, right, when it started. So that's why I saw it way after the fact, and I was like, oh, they already started this, okay. But now I understand it, because I know when I wake up on Friday here, it's going to be up, so I can check it out then. Okay, so now this will be a lot more current, you know what I mean. I'll try not to wait if I can help it to let the weekend pass or something, because I'm very eager to see what happens with part two, because man, it was good. That was wild. That last episode was just crazy. Okay, so I guess we'll be continuing on with the individual evaluations here to start.
一つ目のミッションは個人のレベルテストです。
Everybody already looks so different, man. I mean,
그렇게 격렬한 동작들을
it's
하면서
subtle,
노래를 굉장히 잘 불렀어요.
but they're
코노 하루콘 노부타이와 게이지츠나 사쿠
little things like the hair, right? If it's longer or if it's styled differently. Some of them grown a little bit. They're a little bit taller. They look a little bit older.
아직 한 번 안 틀렸어.
You was just really amazing, man. Like, I don't know what happened to that dude, but keep it going, man. Just keep it going.
はい。舞台にどうぞ.
Yeah.
They look so different, man.
こんにちは。ミラクです。よろしくお願いします。
参加者の中で成功ですけど大変なことがないですか？
最近家族に会えてなくてちょっとホームシックになっちゃったところがあって、そこが少し大変でした。
저도 딸이 둘이 있거든요. 이제 만으로 3살, 4살인데 호시자와 군이 가족들 보고 싶은 것보다 아마 가족들이 호시자와 군이 더 보고 싶을 거예요. 저도 만약에 제 딸이 이렇게 어디 가 있다고 생각하면 아 진짜 너무 보고 싶을 것 같아요.
It's true.
미라쿠 항상 웃고 있잖아요. 근데 이제 이 노래는 굉장히 카리스마 있는 표정을 가지고 절도 있는 동작을 가지고 처음부터까지 공연을 해야 되는 거여서 편하고 여유 있는 퍼포먼스가 아니라 정말 완벽하게 정확한 절도 있는 그런 퍼포먼스를 좀 보였습니다. 거기에 그동안 미라쿠에게서 보기 힘들었던 그런 진지한 표정 볼 수 있다면 미라쿠를 뽑는데 큰 도움이 될 거예요.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things is like with the boys, right? As they grow and get older and stuff, they are going to just naturally become a little bit more masculine, so they can, lean into some of these expressive, more charismatic, perhaps a little bit darker, right? Like there's certain things that that just end up looking really cool, right? Depending, and so, but as they grow, and their stature changes and their features kind of develop and sharpen and stuff, this will be an interesting thing to see, right? Because they can definitely they can grow to pull off and sort of expand into different expressive territory.
Let's go! 정상인 쪽 다들 힘 좀 빼. 찍고 있는 미소들은 새. Rocket 풀리면 다 똑같이.
일단 전체적으로 힘이 너무 없으니까 그걸 일단 계속 끌어올리는 연습도 해야 될 것 같고, 뭐 브릿지면 브릿지, 벌스면 벌스, 표정이 다 바뀌어야 되는데 그 느낌이 하나도 없이 계속 다 똑같아요. 계속 다 똑같아요. 천천히 6, 7, 8
Let's go!
봐봐, 또 힘 안 주잖아. 이렇게 하니까 계속 똑같은 느낌으로만 춤이 나오는 거야. Let's go. 봐봐, Let's go 했을 때도 여기도 포인트를 줄 수 있는데 포인트를 안 줘. Let's go.
ポイントをつかむこととか
難しいのでその力を抜くとこと入れるところを分けるっていうのが難しかったです。
예쁘게 포장한 대로 매번 같던 대로 매번 같던 ミニヤックはダンスと歌を一緒にやったのでなんか歌で息切れしちゃってつなげないといけないとこが体力的にうまくいかなくて大
But
変
that's the case with most of these, you know. It's more than a one-member group in most cases.
핑핑 틀어버리겠지 매니악 위전산 두 손이 짙은 매니악
노래든 춤이든 뭔가 하고 싶어 하는데 정신이 하나도 없어. 뭔가 정리가 안 돼. 노래도 춤도 다.
自分ではこれがいいなと思って練習したのが曲の表現に合ってなくて違うなってなった時がちょっと大変でした。
自分で動画撮ってなんかあんま見えんなと思ったらどうしたらこの感情の表情が見えるあとは感情は
自分では大丈夫って思ってるんですけど多分心の奥底で大丈夫じゃないだと思います。
多分分からない
危機が本当にあと時間がないのになんか方向性を間違って進んじゃった時にどうしようっていう風になりましたね。
Right. Yeah, you definitely need to have things organized. Okay, I think he's gonna get maybe a phone call from home, and I was just gonna say, I can relate to this in terms of playing music. There are times when you get hit with some new piece of music, and you're like, oh my goodness, like it makes you think in a way that you haven't previously done. And so you want to be expressive, but first you have to figure out what it is exactly that you're playing, right? It has to be technically correct. You have to know the chord progression. You have to know if you know where everything actually falls. And once you have that down, then you can start working on, okay, I'm gonna do, you know, play this with a little bit more dynamic here to make it stronger. You know, if I'm gonna go a little bit tasto here, or you know, a little bit staccato here, you can like fine tune those things to help really make it an expressive thing. But sometimes you gotta step back and organize things so that you understand where you're going, right? It's not just where you're starting, but where it is that you have to go. And sometimes, man, you just need to walk away for a little while, right? Practice pretty hard for, I guess in their case, you know, maybe like an hour or so. But then after that, take a break, you know? Like, I understand I have time constraints. This isn't as bad as like the boot camp where you just have a week and so you have like 2 days to practice or whatever. But if you got more time, if you have a few weeks, you know, you can practice hard for an hour. You know, go read a book, you know, have a snack, or if it's time to eat lunch, do something else, right? And then you want to come back and say, okay, where I was before, let me jump in there. You'll notice this incremental improvements and nailing it down a little bit at a time, Before you know it, it's really easy to put those expressive little subtleties in there.
やっほー
見た
久しぶり。
ね、久しぶり。
時間の感覚も早い、毎日が。ママたちはさ、なんかミーにさ、会いたいって言ったりしないの？
毎日会いたいよ。
あ、そう。
会いたいよ。うんうん。
Oh, is that mom and sister, I wonder?
でね、もうすぐね、本番。
気持ちは。
気持ちいい？なんか頑張ってやったけど、なんか方向性がずれてて、まあ努力の方向を間違ってしまったみたいな。
落ち込むね、それは。
落ち込んだ。
でももうしょうがないから落ち込んでも、みーが頑張ってって言ってるから心配してないよ。頑張ってみたん。
ありがとう。見たら力が出るっていうかそういう心配事とかも全部吹き飛ばしてくれる存在なので、家族から頑張って応援してるよっていう風になんか一言だけでも結構頑張ろうとかそういう風に気持ちが動くので、これからも頑張れそうになりました。
さあでは始めましょう。
ね。
Okay.
頑張れ。頑張れ。
ファイティング。ファイティング。
ファイティング。
Cheering on the youngest one. I think there was actually some pretty impressive vocal work in there. The as he started to get towards that second, like later half of the song, building up to that high note, right? That sort of sustained line, that sustained pitch that's going on there. It's a little bit flat at times because I think he was a little bit out of breath. But certainly started off very strong in the beginning, and I believe that was him doing those lower, like Felixy type, or the maniac, like so he was able to drop down, and that he's showing like actually a pretty good range, man, as far as what his voice can do when he has the necessary breath control and everything. The projection is really good, actually, right? Of course, it has to be consistent. I think probably JYP is going to say something about that. I think he'll also maybe get hit on the choreography because just from what I've watched, right? This is all just from watching these shows. But I think his movements could have been bigger. I think it's going to be one of those instances where it's like, okay, you have the steps down, the moves, but it's important to make those movements stand out, especially to create a contrast between the different sections and everything, the parts that need that powerful big motion and then the parts that can be a little bit more relaxed. But definitely Miraku gave a good performance, especially considering the mindset, the certain things that he had to deal with going into it.
Dance をするとき、すべての動きの奥にはその動きに合うフィーリングがあります。だから動きの転換はいつもフィーリングの転換です。でも今星ちゃんはこのダンスはそのフィーリングの転換の幅がうまく表現できてないです。余裕を持って柔らかく踊るべき動きと速く強く踊るべき動きのギャップが小さすぎました。다른 멤버들보다 동작에 대한 이해와 그걸 표현하는 능력이 좀 떨어져요. 그래서 굉장히 많이 노력해야 될 것 같고 또 노래도 지금보다 더 늘어야 돼요. 빨리.
You know, it's one thing also, like if you have to be the guy that goes up after Yu's performance, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like there is that to consider. And the first three were like, it was like good, and then okay, better, and then okay, wow, that was amazing. So it's tough, right? Miraku, like, I know he's got it in him. He's still so young, also. Like this, he can definitely fix this, and I hope he, you know, prioritizes things correctly for the next performance, right? Because he can do it. He just needs to remember what to like where to start working on things, and then how to develop it as you get ready for the performance. These are things that I think he can fix. In other words, like I'm pretty sure he'll be okay. All of these things he can fix and he can improve on. I don't have any doubt about that.
でも僕が今指摘しているところは全部努力して直せるところだから頑張ってください。はい、お疲れ様でした。
そんな自分では全部出し切ったんですけど、やっぱりうまく伝わらなかったり評価が良くなかったので、そこはすごいなんか惜しいなと思います。
Yeah, it's okay. You know what to do, right? And you know what to do. You know how to fix it. Next one will be better.
次の参加者、
はい、
出てください。
東京合宿と全然違うもん、気持ちのあれは。
뭔가 표정이 좀 밝아진 것 같은데 무슨 변화가 있었나요, 마음에?
Not working. Stop fighting. I know you want me. Let's start talking.
난 되게 유이가 되게 가벼운 줄 알았어. 근데 가볍지 않은데 지금 추는 거 보니까.
노래는 뭐 시작에 음정이 좋은데 뒤로 갈수록 숨이 차고 힘드니까 소리가 너무 못 켜. 뒤로 갈수록 힘이 딸리는 게 느껴져. 특히 가사가 많아질 때 더 심해져. 음정이 완전 나가. 음정이 완전 나가.
僕がレッスンで 歌の高音の部分だったりその表現だったりとかを指摘されて、今までちょっとマイナスなことがあるとずっとどうしようとか、性格的にもメンタルがすごい弱い方なので、東京合宿の時とか地域予選でもその自分の実力に対してとかそういうことにやっぱりとても心配が多くて、自分でも暗かったと思うんですけど、非常にストレスもたまるしプレッシャーもあって。
These things are natural. If I were able to, I would point out that if you're not weak mentally, you wouldn't have made it this far if that was the case, you know? So, don't, you know, some of these, I watch some of these instances and you see like there's a lot of overlap, like pretty much everybody has the same kind of difficulties or obstacles to overcome. And there are ways you can get, you know, sometimes, like for me, I like to make lists when I'm like, oh man, everything's just getting a little bit out of hand and there's things I need to get done and I'm falling behind. It helps me to sit and actually write, and I mean on paper, right? I'll take a pen and paper and I'll write down everything I need to do. And I'll say, okay, what can I do like the soonest? What's the easy ones that I can knock out, right? And put those at the top. And then the things that might take more time or resources, I put those towards the bottom. And then you see like, okay, you knock out those easy ones and you go, oh, well, heck, now I only have like 3 things left to do. Or whatever. And it becomes much more manageable. There's certain things you can do. Even maybe just, you know, however you need to process thoughts. You know, some people write things down in journals, maybe even record yourself or something like that. But you can do it. Like it's super manageable. You could definitely do it.
心配なことある？心配してしまうよね。なんか撮影とかもそうやし、舞台もそうやし、練習してる時もそうなんやけど、全部マイナスに考えてしまうからずっと。でも自信がないなんでそれどうしたらいいんやろと思って。ゆうひが実力のことを心配して、どうしようフラットだったらどうしようとか、そういうのを考えとったらそれが舞台に見えてしまうのよ。ああ、なるほどね。俺から見てゆうひは実力はまず一番うまいねんな、ダンスも歌も。周りからどう見られとうっていうよりも自分でダンス歌楽しむのが一番大事。楽しむな。
そのどうして自分はこのなんてダンスと歌とかそういうのをやっているのかって考えたら、それに好きだからやってるので。
Yeah. Just remind yourself of the point, the purpose.
동작이 되게 시원시원해졌네. 연습 많이 했구나 하는 생각이 좀 들어.
네.
지금 너가 연습하고 있는 게 맞아.
네.
틀리지 않아.
今回の舞台で
本当にそのパークさんから見ても楽しそうだなとか、そういうのを思ってもらえれば嬉しいです。
Get loose.
I know you want me, let's start talking. 에이, 다는데 왜 자꾸 숨겨? 네가 날 좋아하는 게 이미 네 얼굴에 쓰여있어 에이 나를 보다 왜 눈을 돌려 다는데 날 바라보는 시선이 느껴질 때 돌아보면 언제나 네가 서 있어 Hey girl 고개 돌려 먼 곳을 봐도 놀라지 않은 척 해봐도 난 알아 왜 네가 내 주위를 맴도는지 에이 다른데 왜 자꾸 숨겨 네가 날 좋아하는 게 이미 네 얼굴에 쓰여있어 에이 나를 보다 왜 눈을 돌려 다는데 썸을 피하지 말고 나와 함께 썸타 나를 봐 왜 이렇게 수줍은 타 먹으면서 보 나도 잘 못하지만 우리 핫한 커플이니까 오늘부터 우리 일요일 네 손을 잡고 걸어다닐래 시간 아까워 저톡할래 언제까지 그렇게 계속 도망다닐래 타는데 왜 자꾸 숨겨 네가 날 좋아하는 게 이미 네 얼굴에 쓰여있어 에이 나를 보다 왜 눈을 돌려 다는데 It's not working So stop crying I know you want me, let's start talking I know you want me, let's start talking
A great song, right, for Yui, right? This it's kind of an old school vibe, you know what I mean? It has even some of those dance moves, you know, those are kind of old school dance moves also. It's one of those songs that's a little bit tricky in a sneaky way, because a lot of those, you know, that main sort of line that's going on with that descending A, and then it goes into something that's da 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 da. It has to be legato and smooth at first, so the breath control has to be like pretty on point, especially because you have to tie that right into something that is more complex rhythmically, right? So while dancing and doing all of that stuff at the same time, the breath control is really important. You don't want to like lean into that first part for and then have no air left after that, you know, because you'll be struggling to make it through the rest of the line. So it's a sneaky, you know, like once you learn the trick, once you learn that, then yeah, you can totally have fun with it, but not until you are really sure in that. And so breath management was really good throughout. This an interesting, it's got some great like color, great tone, especially for Yui's voice. It was a really good song choice for him.
Hontou とっても自由に遊ぶ感じが出てます。自由に遊ぶ感じが出てます。
If you're having fun, everyone else will have fun.
感情の表現がガッツセブンメンバーのように見えます。
ありがとうございます。
이 노래를 하면서 그 이상의 칭찬은 없는 것 같아요. 마음이 편해지면 목소리는 풍성해져요. 왜냐하면 긴장을 하는 순간 호흡이 얇아지고 목을 조이게 되기 때문에 마음이 편해지면 몸에 힘이 빠지고 목이 열리면서 편안한 소리가 나오는 거죠. 근데 고음에 올라가면서도 굉장히 좋은 소리가 났어요. 계속. 그리고 춤도 몸에 힘을 빼고 추다 보니 빠르게 움직여야 될 동작들은 굉장히 빠르게 움직였어요. 그게 좋았어요.
ありがとうございます。
키트 사이.
There we go.
키트 사이.
Another cube, man. I mean, still doing pretty good, you know. They're still doing really good overall.
"今回の舞台で実力とかじゃなくてやっぱり舞台を思いっきり楽しめたので舞台を楽しんだ結果なのかなと思います。
Yep. It's fun. It's
次の
so
参
much
加者
fun when you realize you're having fun.
次の参加者
Oh goodness.
제가 지금 약간 놀란 게 분위기가 바뀌었어요. 뭐냐면 장난기 있는 그 눈은 그대로 있는데 이 자세나 이런 게 훨씬 더 뭔가 각이 잡혔다고 말해야 될까? 네. 좀 달라요 느낌. 그래서 왠지 오늘 무대가 굉장히 좋을 것 같아요. 제가 이런 느낌을 갖는 게 맞나요?
はい、練習してきたので必ずパフォーマンスで見せます。
Sean is one of the most interesting contestants in this series.
私はガットセブン先輩のハードキャリーをします。
이 곡은 굉장히 절도 있고 파워풀한 춤이 포인트인데 션 보면 항상 좋았던 점이자 나빴던 점이 여유 있는 모습이거든요. 춤이 여유가 있는 거를 잘할 것 같은데 그래서 그런 편안하고 여유 있는 모습을 싹 빼고 과연 이렇게 절도 있고 파워풀한 무대를 보여줄 수 있을지.
가볼까? 션. 네. 션이 고른 게 제일 어려운 노래예요. 연습
와우.
진짜 많이 해야 돼. 네. 준비. 파이팅. 시작. 둥짝 두둥. 아니 나가야지. 쿵짝 두둥. 나와야지. 두둥. 두둥. 다운업 시작. 두둥. 계속해 시작. 두둥. 다시 늦어 시작. 두둥. 느려 시작. 두둥. 느려 시작. 나랑 비슷하게 해. 그렇게 안 하면 계속 하는 거야.
今までしたことのないパワフルで力強い曲になってるのでガッツセブン先輩のようにパワフルに力の入れ方とかもっと練習する必要があるなって思いました。
Sean has a great mind for choreography. He's gonna have to, you know, challenge himself a little bit, which is good. This is the right thing to do.
이제 댄스를 막 힘있게 하려고 하다 보니까 그 댄스의 파워가 너무 보컬에 전달이 돼. 그러다 보니까 음정이나 이런 표현들이 흔들리는 게 너무 많아졌어.
いやたまにバカだなって思うことがあるんですよね。なんかみんなもやっぱりすごいんですよね。周り見ちゃうとあ歌うまいなとかうわ表現すごいなとか。
Yeah, and you're in with those guys. This is the thing.
自分も年齢的にも練習をしていく中で自分に足りない部分が自分が思ってたよりも多かったので思ったようにできなかったのでだからこそちょっと怖いところもありますけど
たくさんの方にお世話になったので、仲間と一緒になんか新しい発見もたくさんあったし、新しい刺激になって新しく成長できる機会をゲットしたなと思ってます。なので、自分をどんどんアップグレードさせないといけないので、
最後の最後まで諦めずに取り組んで、絶対新しい自分を見せるんだっていう気持ちで練習してきたので。
Good.
自分の限界をどんどん超えて、自分が表現したいものを
Yeah. There we go.
にしっかりと見せたいと思います。
Intensity.
Hard to carry your head. Hard to carry your head. Hey, go cut to my roll, let's do this. 이슈제적 get up on my style. 어디 가든 분위기가 high. 비행기 파크 너무 시끄러워 과열. 비행기 파크 너무 시끄러워 과열. 내 아부는 everybody know that. 하지만 아직 뺨 불어 hungry. 어떤 일을 do 기죽지 않아 이거 나타날로 표현 패기 나 한 번 뛰며 게임이 다 정리돼 원하는 그 좀비 다 갖게 돼 물단을 호흡을 알아 나는 이거 할 일에 How to carry it Let's fly again fly again fly again I got this right 내일이란 걱정 마 오늘은 내가 어찌 널 How to carry it How to carry it Let it go now 들었다 How to carry it Let it flow now 들었다 How to carry it If you wanna get this 하던 대로 해 yeah. 아무 상관 말고 때때로 되라 그래 yeah. 어둠 속에 환한 빛이 되어보려 I just wanna show my mind. Hard carry head. Hard carry. Hard carry. Hard carry head. Let it go now. Hard carry. Hard carry. Hard carry hair. Hard carry hair.
Yeah. So the work, right, for Sean is actually raising that intensity level and giving a harder performance, you know. While he does have, man, his starting point was a really awesome type of dance, you know, natural, like instinctive type of flowing style. It was very classical. Like, it reminded me of, you know, just it was throwbacks, like, you know. So he had to really kind of rewire his brain, right, and body connection to pull off the precise type of dance movements that are required for songs like this. This is actually so the lines are like so distinctive. Like it has to be very crisp. It has to be very clear. You can't lag at all between movements, you know, arm position, leg position, shoulder angle. Like, so many things about this just seem like, you know, even to me, it's like I can tell this is so deliberate. Like all the movements have to be very deliberate, and you accomplish that by being very precise with all of the movements and everything. But I have to say his vocals sounded really good, man. Like really good. This is the first time really that another song is the first time I'm actually hearing it, but his delivery was really nice all throughout. Like really, the consistency and the dynamic level, the control, right? The precision of pitch also was actually really impressive throughout. Man.
스피드が足りないです。本当に早く踊るべき動きがあります。でも全ての動きのスピードがあまりにも同じです。その以外は完璧でした。完璧でした。
감사합니다.
원래 가지고 있던 그런 여유와 장난스러움에 절도가 더해졌어요. 그게 가장 큰 차이예요. 그러면서 그 절도 있는 동작 사이사이에 또 그 부드러운 원래 춤 스타일이 나오다 보니까 동작이 굉장히 크게 보이는 거예요. 데모 웃다마데 혼돈이 효과다 됐어.
Yeah, it really was.
감사합니다.
혼돈이驚きました。かっこよかったです。
Get a cube, man. Where's the cube?
정말 보고 싶었던 변화인데 그 변화가 지금 눈앞에 보여서 너무 대견해요. 네.
감사합니다.
혼돈이かっこよかったです。聞いてください。
Another one. Another one.
감사합니다. ありがとうございます。감사합니다.
Okay, that's a really good song. Actually, it's really fun. Hard carry. It's something that I understand in like a gamer context, you know, and there's this feeling. If you're ever just like really dialed in, right? If you're playing, let's say, a competitive game or something like that, and you're real, like, I mean, it happen. I experience it regularly, right? Because I'll get in and I'll start playing, and about 2 or 3 games in, like I'm in the zone. Like I'm doing things almost precognitively because I just know like what to anticipate and when things are going to happen. So everything's going like really fast, but it also seems like overall it's kind of like a slow motion kind of a thing, right? There's this zone that you get into, right, where you're doing the hard carry, and that was what Sean really had to do. Is he had to get into a space like that, and where everything just is connected and it flows, and you know, the point about the speed, I was also like, especially in the beginning, like the first movements and everything, I was like, maybe could be a little bit faster, and this was something that the trainer said like right from the start, right? just seeing that, you know, faster, boom, faster, boom, faster, boom. I mean, it's a thing, right? Where you're like, I am doing it faster. You're like, no, you're really not. Like, you don't understand yet. Once you do it though, and once you like understand what the difference is, then it clicks, and you go, oh, okay, that's what you mean by faster, right? And so, but again, it was just really the reason JYP says that is because it's like, okay, this is what you need to improve on. Just be faster when it's necessary, you know. But that was really cool. That was really cool. It was really cool to see Sean push himself into another direction and to be able to pull it off, you know, to find it, to get to that point where he can really express a different type of style and a different type of take on, you know, a whole different type of performance. And that he was able to, like JYP said, those more relaxed movements, his own intuitive, really great style is still present. He didn't just forget it or, you know, get rid of it entirely or something. Instead, it's a foundation that he's building on top of. So that's really cool. He's gonna go a long way for sure. Okay, I'm going to break here and then jump back in. We'll probably get like 2, maybe 3 more performances, maybe. So let's see what how far we get through the lineup here. We've actually had quite a few, right? At least half. So let's see how far we get.